My name is Stuart Spikerman. I'm the president of Tri-Link Inc. We are a foreign trade zone corporation. We have 3 foreign trade zones in the United States. I'm based in California. We have another in New York and another in Miami. Well, a 3PL means third-party logistics, and that means somebody else is doing your logistics for you. Logistics is something that's become a very popular term in the last 10 years. And it's just getting things where they have to go and keeping things where they need to be. And instead of a company doing that themselves, we provide a space and a service to do that for them offsite. A 3PL does the logistics part for another company. So that company would then not have to have these goods in their warehouse, wouldn't have to be dealing with truckers, wouldn't have to be dealing with warehousemen and things like that. Some businesses just don't have those capabilities, in which case they would come to a third-party logistics company, such as ourselves, and ship all of those materials and things into our warehouses, and we would take care of them. The biggest changes we've seen in the 3PL industry have been brought about by companies like Amazon and FedEx and people like that. The expectation level has risen quite a bit with their services they provide because they're excellent. They tell you this has been picked up, your order has been received, it's been prepared, it's been delivered, and they give you that's what people expect now. So when you're dealing with a 3PL, that's the service you want. And that's new. That's new to the 21st century. That didn't happen before. So we do try to provide all of those things. The types of businesses that most benefit from having a 3PL are companies that are primarily not involved in logistics themselves. They are companies that are generally service providers. An airline would be an example of that. We handle American Airlines, United, Delta, JetBlue. And what we do is we hold all of their liquors and wines and other things in our foreign trade zones. We put them together into orders and ship them. So we're taking care of all of the organizational and administrative work that goes with getting those goods where they have to go for a national and global airlines. The benefit of dealing with a 3PL is that you don't have to do all the keeping track of things yourself. Basically, you're getting reports and things are getting done for you. This is what happens with all of our clients. They ship their goods to us. They tell us what they want us to do, and we do that and send them reports and updates on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. This takes all of that responsibility out of their hands, and it gives them a reassurance of knowing that those things are being done as they expect. The 3PL deals in several levels of service. The first is we receive the goods, we organize those goods, store them appropriately to how they're to be handled later on. We receive the orders, and we receive all of the instructions on where they have to go, who we have to deal with, or we find the service people ourselves to deal with those things, such as truckers and other such people. So we take that entire process out of the company and put it in our warehouse and our operations. And that's how a 3PL works. That's why it's third party. We are that third party. 3PL use things called warehouse management systems, WMS systems. And so what we do is that means that we can scan goods into our inventory. We can keep track of them in our inventory online even. We can provide our customers with online information about the status of their goods, where they're at, when the orders were received, what orders have gone out, what inventory remains. All of that is a technology we have. We can also do e-filing, so we can file electronically documents with US Customs and other government agencies. That's the sort of technology that's now been included in 3PLs. The cost savings to be achieved by using a 3PL is that it not only takes all of the components and responsibilities out of your own facility, meaning it reduces your manpower and eliminates all of the other needs you would have forklifts, warehouse racking, all those other sort of things. One benefit of 3PL is that we already have all of the logistical network already set up. We have the truckers, we have the rail, we have the airlines, we have everything all set for delivery and receiving. So that's all set up for that company. By bringing your logistical needs into a 3PL, you're bringing it into a network that's all set up to do all of those things at a lower cost, and which we pass on to you, than it would be if you tried to replicate this all yourself for your own individual use. In the case of Tri-Link, my company, what we do to ensure order accuracy and customer satisfaction is that we have, among other things, a portal, a customer portal that's on our website, available 24/7 on several platforms. And this enables the customer and their clients to go in and look and see the status of their orders, the status of their inventory, and everything else. But not only that, it issues automatic email alerts for every stage or functions, from receipt to delivery, and all the way along the line. A good 3PL should fit a wide variety of specific needs. You should be able to bring your specific needs into a 3PL, ask questions, ensure that those capabilities are there. And a good 3PL with a lot of experience should be able to accommodate that and tailor their services to your needs. Using a 3PL allows the company to focus on what it does best and not get involved in things like this, that really a third-party logistics company is going to do much better than you are, much less expensively than you are, and give you better reportage than you are. So a company will not need to hire people to do jobs that they may or may not know how to do yet. A company is not going to invest in things that they only need part-time, but they are necessary at certain times. And a 3PL is going to have a wider experience of range, connections, equipment, and capabilities than any company is going to have that a company can then tap into. Over the last few years, there have been quite a few logistics disruptions in terms of port closures, trucking strikes, all sorts of things that have disrupted our supply chains. And dealing with a third-party logistics company gives one a broader capability of dealing with a wider variety of possibilities. So we can spread this sort of thing out and solve, or at least minimize, any problems from shipping problems and other such issues that are going to be encountered in this environment. We have quite a few companies who are small to mid-sized businesses, and the whole process of logistics for them is somewhat overwhelming. And this has caused them extended cost problems and delay problems and customer dissatisfaction. They're doing the best job they possibly can, but they just can't keep up with the needs of logistics. And so they've come to us, and we've been able to bring them into our fold and just put them into our system. And it's significantly helped their bottom line. The difference between dealing with a 3PL and dealing with a 4PL, which is a fourth-party logistics company, is that the 4PL is going to go to all the 3PLs and try to sell the deal, right? Now, you may think this is good because you're going to get the best price, but the problem with most 4PLs is they don't know the business, they don't know the product, they don't know the customer, they don't know any of the details involved. And so they're not going to know where to go and what to do. So they just give it to everybody and hope for the best. They're just trying to make a deal. A third-party logistics company wants to have a loyal customer and set up a customer with a situation that really works for them long term. So at Tri-Link, we insist that every customer be a success story. At 4PL, you're just a signature on a line, that's all. It's not uncommon for companies who are doing in-house fulfillment to turn that fulfillment over to a 3PL, because there you've got an environment that's better suited to do it, unless you already have a warehouse. But very often that involves, for in-house fulfillment, small package handling, and 3PLs generally have areas specifically for that type of work, because 3PLs do a lot of that kind of work. and they will have the packaging you need, the capabilities that you need, the expertise and experience that you need. So it doesn't need to be your own staff. And not only that, staffing comes and goes, but 3PLs will have a constant staffing level and be able to handle that. The difference between a traditional 3PL and someone like Tri-Link, my company, is that we are a foreign trade zone. That's governed over by United States Customs. So the security requirements are very stringent, very strict, and very all-inclusive. We have cameras at every door. We have all sorts of security requirements that we are obligated to keep up with all the time. All of our warehouse doors are closed when they're not being used. We do everything we possibly can to eliminate any possibility of leakage out of our warehouse. So that's one benefit of dealing with a 3PL foreign trade zone. I think one of the most important key factors in choosing a 3PL is location. They should be where you need them to be if they possibly can. I mean, you're in the business of getting things where they have to go. So choose a 3PL that has a good network and accessibility to other transportation, freeways, railways, airports. That's very important, just from a very basic standpoint of getting things moving in and out. That'd be one of my primary considerations. Before signing a contract with a 3PL, you should consider the goods you're storing in that 3PL and find out if that 3PL operator has proper insurance to cover them, what they consider their responsibility, contractual responsibility, and you should agree on that, among other things. When your goods are in a 3PL, you need to know that 3PL is safe and secure and clean and well organized. And those are some of the things you need to ask or at least inquire about. And if you can possibly go visit the 3PL facility. I may be somewhat biased here, but I feel that a 3PL is the best fit for anyone who's not just in a service industry. I mean, if you're dealing with products and things that need to be moved around, a 3PL, unless you want to have a warehouse operation yourself, is the best way to go. When choosing a 3PL logistics partner, one of the first things you need to know is how long that company has been in service. How long have they been around? What kind of experience do they have? Who are their other clients? Are they dealing with clients that are similar to your needs, or are they dealing with something entirely different? This is important because 3PLs tend to specialize to at least some extent on the types of clients that come to them. Whether it's because of word of mouth, they find out about that 3PL, whatever it may be, but generally speaking, 3PLs tend to sort of organize within a certain margin of clients. So you want to make sure you fit into what their normal operations are. For example, if you've got clothing, you don't want to go to somebody who deals with metals, something like that. I mean, you want to make sure you're in the right house to get done what you need to get done. Well, the first thing that makes Tri-Link different from other 3PL providers is we've been in the FTZ business for 34 years. We're probably the longest standing foreign trade zone logistics operator in the United States. We're in 3 different states. We have a wide variety of clients, and we also deal with a wide variety of goods as well. So we're quite experienced, and that's something you need to take into account. There are new FTZs and new 3PLs popping up all the time. And you need to know that the people you're going to be working with really have the expertise, experience, and range of knowledge that you need for your services. Tri-Link's foreign trade zone status benefits our customers in a wide variety of ways because there are a wide variety of needs for foreign trade zones. One need is because of quota goods. Quota goods can only enter the United States on a quarterly basis. So those goods, in order to enter expeditiously, must be stored in a foreign trade zone. There are goods that are FDA or EPA unapproved and need to be held in a foreign trade zone so they can be brought into a state of approval, usually by labeling or something of that nature. There are goods that are not staying in the United States. They're going to Mexico or Canada or wherever they may be going, South America. And so instead of paying the duties on them and putting them into a warehouse in the United States, what they do is they put them in a foreign trade zone, and then they ship them. They either bring some to the United States, some to Mexico, some to Canada. Whatever it is, they haven't paid the duties and they've minimized their problems. Tri-Link is strong on customer support and communication. That's why we have a customer client portal that our clients can go into 24/7 on any device and see the status of their orders and their inventory and what's been shipped and what's still left to be shipped. So that's one form of communication. We also have automatically sent out emails for every stage of movement or receipt. So that's important information for a client to get. Like most companies nowadays, we eliminate phone calls by providing technological capabilities, and we think that's far more reassuring than just getting a call. If your business wants to get in touch with Tri-Link Foreign Trade Zone, and we hope you do, you can do that via our website, which is www.trilinkftz.com, or you can call us directly. You'll get all that information to call us on the website, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.